Hi everyone, this is your art teacher Miss Dressel, and today we're going to paint a cherry blossom tree. We're going to use brown paint, blue paper, and shades of red, pink, and white tissue paper. When we paint our cherry blossom tree, we're going to start by painting the trunk of the tree and the branches. Now, you might have brown paint, but I'm going to show you how we can make brown paint with blue, red, and yellow paint. If you take blue paint, red paint, and yellow paint, and mix them together, you'll get brown. So I'm going to take those three colors, the primary colors red, yellow, and blue. I'm going to mix them together. And I'm going to get a muddy color like brown. Now if you're mixing it together and it doesn't look just right, you can add a little bit of a complementary color. Like I think this looks a little bit too green. So I'm going to add some more red, because by mixing the complementary color to green into my color, it's going to become more brown. When you mix red, yellow, and blue together, you get brown. So I'm going to mix this just a little bit more to get my brown color. And then I'm ready to paint. So now that I have some brown paint, I'm going to start making the trunk of my tree and the branches. The trunk of your tree should be wide. So I'm going to paint the trunk of my tree with lines that go straight up, starting from the bottom of my paper, going up, up, up. Once I get towards the top of my paper, I can start to paint branches coming out of the tree. So branches will be like Y's and V's coming out of my trunk. The letters Y and V can help us make trees. So I can paint my branches to look like the letter Y or the letter V. So I'm going to paint lines that look like the letter Y or the letter V to make my branches. Now that I've painted my tree, I can put my brush down, and if I work quickly, I can stick my flower blossoms, my little cherry blossoms, right onto the wet paint so it'll stick like glue. So I'm going to use my fingers to pinch, 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 and then press down. If my paper is dry, this won't work, but my paint is nice and wet, so I can stick down my crumpled tissue paper. So I crumple it up in my fingers and then I stick it onto the wet paint. I'm going to keep working, using my fingers to crumple up the paper and then press it, press, press into the wet paint. As long as the paint is wet, when it dries, it will stick. So crumple and stick. Crumple and stick. I want to make my tree look full of cherry blossoms, so I'm going to keep crumpling and sticking. Our tree is going to have lots of texture. So I'm using all different values, light pink, medium pink, dark pink, even red, to make all my cherry blossom flowers on my tree. Cherry blossoms bloom in the springtime. They don't stay blooming for a very long time, but when the petals fall to the ground, they look really beautiful because they're all different shades of pink. So I'm going to fill up my cherry blossom tree with lots of petals and flowers by pinching and twisting and then pressing. Let's count how many flowers I put on my tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's try to put 15 on my tree. So I need to put how many more? I'll put 2 more because 13, 14, 15. So 2 more. So I'll crumple and stick. Crumple and stick. Now that I'm done, I want to make sure that I write my name somewhere on my paper using pencil and let this dry.